Hey YouTube, what's going on? Hey, I got some more video I'd like to share with you from yesterday. Couple different clips. This particular one was facing north. No, it was west, a little bit northwest, but this camera's pointing almost straight up with a little bit of angle towards the west northwest. So anyway, you can see right here we got a object that comes into view. The sky, I noticed, gets very dark at this point in time. And then, did you see that? That thing, it just kind of comes into view. It looks like a red rusty. It's very large. It's probably larger than the sun if you were to compare the two side by side as far as visibility is concerned. And it just pulls in and out of view relatively quickly. And that is the nature of this object. It's difficult to find at times, to say the least. And I've been hunting since April of this year with some success, mostly no success. But if you keep looking, you're going to find something out there, because I believe there's something in those skies that those chemtrailers are hiding. I'm 100% sure of that. So there you go. It's not a spider. You know what it is. Who knows? I mean, I'm beginning to think this thing is more multi-dimensional, interdimensional, spacecraft-like, rather than spacecraft planetoid. Certainly big enough to be a planet, that's for sure. So, but yeah, I mean, without a camera trigger and the software that goes along with it, you're never going to see. I would have missed that. I mean, it's like a light bulb. It just came into view and left view real quick. So that's the advantage of running, 24/7 footage of the skies. That you will see things that you most likely would have otherwise missed. So I'll let this camera roll a little bit more. I think the footage, I'm just rocking this footage back and forth just to give you an idea of the size of that object. And it also is behind the clouds, so pretty interesting. Interesting how the sky gets very dark around that object. Here's a new clip. This is facing east, sunrise, sun's up here. I want you to look in this area here, and you can see a reddish cloud rise in the east. Just adjacent, that would be a little north of the sun right there. And I'll jog this footage back and forth a few times so you can see it. You notice the sun flares stay in alignment and angle with the sun, but this rising object here almost rises straight from the horizon, straight up. So doesn't look like a lens flare, because the lens flare wouldn't migrate in that type of a direction. Here's a lens flare here, and you can see the angle, how it aligns with the sun. The chemtrailers are out doing their thing. I'd assume that object would be quite a bit brighter, minus the chemtrails. You can see those chemtrails moving into view, but that object shows up pretty nicely despite the chemtrails. So it's a fairly bright object. And that looks like that occurred at about between 9:50 and 10 a.m. in the morning. I didn't see anything this morning. The chemclowns are out, and they had a pretty good sky cover out there today. I'm beginning to believe half these clouds are fake. They really do not want you to see what's going on out there. I mean, they're not sparing any expense to block the view. I think these clowns just want to pull the curtain someday and say, "Ha ha! Look what's on us." Anyway, just a thought. So yeah, that was pretty interesting. That's the first daylight anomalies I've seen in the east, but you know, it would make sense. Here's a different clip. This is facing. I want you to look over here on the left side. This thing almost looks like a comet. I actually clipped it with Snagit and brought it into Photoshop and blew it up, and it looks just like a comet. It's got a large head on the end and a protruding tail. These two on the bottom here are spider webs that are still on the camera. I need to dust off. But this guy up here on top is looking very, very comet-like. So, you know, it's behind the chemtrail base, behind the cloud base. See our chemtrailers moving in, trying to block something. Is that what they're trying to block? I don't know. If that's a comet, I haven't heard of that one. And it's pretty big if it's close to the sun. And it's you know, putting off that kind of a jet. But it's not a chemtrailer because it's stationary. It just kind of fades out of view over time, I believe. But there it is, clearly behind the cloud base. And then kind of goes in and out of view with the brightness of the sun, but I'm pretty sure that is not any type of a lens flare at all. I mean, we got our lens flares down here, these two circular objects, but that is a very interesting sun diving object there, whatever that is. So anyway, short film today, guys. I'm just going to let it roll, and we'll post something new as soon as we capture anything of interest. Take it easy. Bye.